I don't care about any individual Senate race per se. What I do care about is the prevailing trend for one party to put up corpses as their candidate. And we've all seen what's taken place with Joe Biden leading the way.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, going to find ourselves in a position where if
I did warn about Joe Biden's dementia during the election. Now the Democrats have John Fetterman up for an important position as a U.S. senator who cannot even put sentences together. Here, watch some clips. And I grant you that this is a partisan GOP compilation with John Fetterman. But I'm going to come back and explain a few things here.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
At first, I just wanted to check in and see how you're feeling and how you're doing.
I'm doing fantastic, and it's not about kicking balls in the authority or anything. And make sure you take advantage of this amazing opportunity to. The only thing you have, Stan, to lose is your record. What is wrong with demanding for an easy, safe kind of their income, a path to a safe place for them to win? And I can champion the union way of life in DC. If you come out and step with us, we will be able to stand with you in D.C.
His campaign required that he be allowed to use a transcription program on his computer during our interview.
I always thought I was pretty emphatic. I think I was very, empathetic. That's an example of the stroke, empathetic. Yeah. I always thought I was very empathetic before having a stroke. But now after having that stroke, I really understand, much more kind of the challenges that Americans have.
This guy is having problems. He had a stroke. I feel bad for the guy. I want him in better health, but that does not mean that he gets to be a senator representing our nation. This would be horrendous. What are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to vote a corporeal form up there because it has a D next to his name? Does the intelligence, the ability to act, representing you, Pennsylvanians, have any merit, have any bearing on your decision? Or are you so brainwashed that you are going to put up a candidate who NBC, the interviewer, said he could not understand our topic of conversation? It had to be digitally printed out for him so that he could read the words and then respond. Does this seem like somebody who has the merit to be a senator to you? Somebody who has to be good on their feet, to be able to respond, to be able to argue? No, you are once again going to equity, that everybody must end up in the same place, even somebody who's been unfortunately incapacitated by having a stroke. As sad it is for John Fetterman, the only question that I have is how can anybody possibly vote for him and say that this is the person that we want to represent us in the Senate? And I would be saying the same thing if it was a Republican candidate that had a stroke. I don't care. It just doesn't make any sense for this to say that this is the best that America has to offer. And it is, once again, you have an affirmative action candidate with Kamala Harris. You see how that's going. Joe Biden is demented. This is equity. This is we must treat everybody the same regardless of merit. Then go ahead and put me in the NBA and watch me get swatted by LeBron. I might be able to put a string of sentences together better than LeBron James, but he is going to swat my shot out of the sky because I lack the merit. As good a basketball player as I am, I'm not at that level. And John Fetterman is below the level of a junior high school student in terms of his communication right now. He might be below a fifth grader. And I'm not saying that out of spite to the guy. It's just a fact. So Pennsylvanians, what are you going to do? Are you really going to vote for a guy that can't string a sentence together just because he has a D next to his name? How'd that turn out for us? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Kyrian Jean-Pierre. These people do not deserve their positions, and neither does John Fetterman.